We're here at Onion Bay taking down this log cabin that was partially built. Out here in the bush, we're the only ones for quite a few miles. And we're taking off these logs and we're going to take them back to our place and use them for the structure and for firewood in the winter. But we got some big logs. You see how big these are. There's some 18, 20-inch logs here. A good friend by the name of Mike, Fish Shan't Mike, built this log cabin. It was his dream home he started to build. He cut down the local logs around the property that he had, some big timber here, some over 20 inches in diameter. But he cut them down with a chainsaw all by himself, stripped them, stacked them, started to getting all the things put together for his dream home. And just him using a chainsaw and a lot of chainsaw files and an Alaska mill to cut all this lumber, dimensional lumber. He did the whole thing by himself. Gotta learn how to dance. These are big floorboards. That's a big chunk of tree that was cut. All these planks like this were cut with a Alaska chainsaw mill. It's a lot of labor to do this. He did a beautiful job of it. Took him a long time, but these planks worked out really good. We used them for flooring and steps and countertops, tables, this type of thing in the new addition on our lodge. Okay, we've gotten this far now, taking off all the floorboards. Everything's kind of spread out here, so we can get it out and then start getting it hauled down to the lake behind here. We'll go down this trail and tie it into the lake. But we're really in good shape here, taking this all apart. And then we got a log spread out all over. And over here on the end as well, that's where we've got some stacked up. And then all the flat siding and roofing boards. Now, after about 4 hours, we got things dismantled, the floor all put up there. Now we're ready to come back in a few days and pull out these big logs. These long logs here, right there, are going to be in the end of the lodge, those big long logs. Well, this is September in the bush in Alaska. I'm hauling logs out of a log home here. As you can see, the bugs really like you, or at least they like me. They aren't biting much, but they're just everywhere and can't get away from them. But we're making good progress here on the log home. I have about maybe 25% of the wood left to get out of here. And take and show you what it looks like down on the beach here. Okay, so here Thursday morning, Onion Bay. We're getting ready to put the flotilla together using rope and staples to hold them. And works out really well. And then we'll kind of keep making this and make a big corral to put the logs in. Two guys in the wilderness hauling logs in amongst the bugs. We're going to make a big flotilla here of these logs and pull them back down the lake. So what do you think about the experience?
It's pretty awesome.
Pretty amazing.
Nice.
No bears yet.
No bears.
But lots of bugs. Okay, we're getting a flotilla made here. We got the last boards to go and then we'll pretty well be done. Eddie and Ben's been a great help here. Such a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Couldn't ask for a better day to do this. A lot of bugs though. All right. Okay, we got all the logs and the wood picked up now. Here, what used to be a log cabin here, and now we're using the flotilla to take it all back home and to Wilderness Pro Lodge. It's been a fun time and but a lot of hard work, but we got her done. So one of the most funnest things I've done up here in Alaska is float logs, go log hunting and then making flotillas and hauling large batches of logs, just like the old timers used to do all over the United States. They'd have a log run, they'd haul their logs
hundreds of miles sometimes. This has been really fun putting it together, and this is the last flotilla of the log cabin itself, the last one out of 3 that we hauled. It takes about 10 hours to go about 15 miles pulling it. You got to pull real slow, and then got to make sure you have calm weather so everything holds together good.
Okay, we finally got all the logs here from the cabin, 15 miles north of here. This is the last half of the cabin. We floated it down yesterday and today. Got it done, and now the water's dropping. We're just going to let it sit here, and the water will go away, and then I'll be able to pull them up on the trail up here to the for cutting and getting them ready for the winter. But, a lot of big logs, some awful big logs in here. So, been a lot of fun. Another good adventure in Alaska. Now you've seen how we've taken apart the log cabin and dismantled it and taken it down to the bay here in front of the lodge to be able to process it into different materials we're going to use in the construction phases of the building of the lodge and the other outbuildings. We buy materials from Anchorage and get them shipped out here quite a little, but we try to process whatever we can on site, and that we use different tools like a chainsaw mill, a chainsaw, different types of saws and draw knives and this type of thing to be able to take the natural woods that we have around available to us, different trees and planks and used lumber, salvaged lumber, this type of thing, and turn them into usable materials that really fit in well into our lodge construction here. And the different buildings. So in this process, we're gonna show you in the next months of where we got these materials and how we process them, what do we process them into, and how you take those pieces and integrate them into the construction of different parts of the lodge and the building, like steps and decks and tables and walls and ceilings and support logs and floor decking. All different types of structural materials that we're able to salvage, as well as integrating it with new materials too that we get shipped in. So it's going to be an interesting process. We hope you enjoy it. What it's like to be able to do that out here. It's the logistics are very, very difficult to get things out here, and very labor intensive because you don't have a Home Depot just down the street. You got to really plan things out, and that'll be part of this process we'll show you in these videos coming up down the road. So I hope you enjoyed these videos, and if you do enjoy them, please share them with your friends, like it, leave a note at the bottom there, and we subscribe to our channel here, and you'll see more coming down the pike, and we look forward to seeing you back at the lodge.